Well, Parikshit, one thing is very clear that this government has strongly backed the stance of the petitioners in this case. It's an omnibus of petitions from Ishrat Banu to Shaira Banu, and the government has strongly backed all these prayers that the triple talaq, talaq-e-bida, and polygamy and nikah halala, all these should be banned. In fact, it could not have been stronger than this, that the government has quoted not just constitution but international covenants and conventions to which India is party, and the government has said that secularism is so intrinsic to the constitution that no part of citizenry can be discriminated against based on certain privileges of religion that might be given. And women's equality is in fact one of the principal arguments that has been of the government, both in terms of affidavits filed from the Law Ministry as also the Attorney General batting in the court, both in terms of written submissions as also presenting the government's case orally before the judges. So Parikshit, it is clear that the Modi government has strongly batted for women's rights within the Muslim community and stood strongly behind these petitioners. And in fact, it is in line, Parikshit, with the BJP's stance for ages now that equality or secularism, if it is not pseudo-secularism, should include equality of laws, personal laws. Of course, in this particular case, Parikshit, the government has desisted from bringing in the element of uniform civil code. But the fact of the matter is that once the very basis of personal laws comes under question, the next logical step obviously happens to be uniform civil code. So it is one step at a time. On this particular occasion, the government has chosen to keep its silence on the uniform civil code. But this case is intrinsic to the debate on validity of personal laws in India and privileges of certain communities based on those personal laws. And if the verdict so comes and bans the triple talaq or grants the prayers which ask for banning of triple talaq, nikah halala and polygamy, Parikshit, I can tell you that it would be incumbent upon the government to immediately amend two laws, the Shariat Act of 1937 and the Divorce Law of Muslims of 1939. So it's clear that the government, having made its mind clear that it supports these prayers, would obviously have to act, and the matter will come to the legislature, Parikshit.
That's going to be a huge judgment, and thanks for putting it into perspective for us, Abhishek. I'll request you to continue being with us. We have spoken to the likes of GVL Narasimha Rao. Let's play that reaction out for our viewers. Our correspondent Nalini, our legal correspondent, is also joining us. She has been present in that triple talaq hearing. Remember, there was a 6-day back-to-back hearing from the 11th of May to the 17th of May. 18th of May was when the court order was reserved. Nalini has attended each and every hearing. She will get you more perspective, more insight into this. But let's listen into GVL, and then we'll come back to Nalini.
The Supreme Court's verdict on triple talaq is being awaited by the people of this country. It's mainly Muslim women who have gone to the Honorable Supreme Court to say that the triple talaq is violative of the fundamental rights granted to the people in the Constitution. This is a pernicious practice, and most Islamic nations in the
के दरमियान भेजी गई है, जिससे कि कोई भी शख्स अब 3 तलाक का गलत इस्तेमाल ना करने पाए, और एट द टाइम ऑफ निकाह भी मर्द और औरत यानी शौहर और बीवी दोनों के दरमियान एक एग्रीमेंट हो जाएगा, जिसमें कि कोई भी 3 तलाक का जो क्लॉज है उसको गलत तरीके से इस्तेमाल ना करे। इन स्टेप्स को लेने के बाद हम लोग ये समझ रहे हैं कि अगर कहीं भी इसका गलत इस्तेमाल हो रहा हो 0.1% भी, तो वो भी इंशाल्लाह होना बंद हो जाएगा। Today it is expected that the Honorable Supreme Court will give its final verdict on the issue of triple talaq. We are confident that naturally the Supreme Court will give its verdict as per the Constitution of India, which has given every right to every citizen to practice, propagate a religion of their choice. And the law of triple talaq is part of our Muslim personal law, and Muslim personal law is part of our religion. So we are confident that there will be no interference in our Muslim personal laws. As far as the question of misuse of triple talaq is concerned, the board have already issued a code of conduct in this regard, and already have issued an advisory in which it has the board have stated that now at the time of nikah there will be an agreement between husband and wife, in which it will be important and compulsory for both the parties to make sure and ensure that they do not use the clause of triple talaq in one go without any